In 1978, I'm graduating from The Ohio State University. I've worked my way onto my seventh major. I started to go down there to be a doctor. That didn't work out. I tried business, hated that. Worked my way through poli-science, a whole host of other things. My mother and father are down in Columbus in April to take me out to dinner. And we're having one of those, very difficult parent-child conversations. I'm about ready to graduate. My degree that I'm going to get out of is in sociology. And I can remember my mother in great frustration saying, "And what in God's name are you planning to do with this degree?" And I said, "I think I'm going to go into advertising." At which point she about choked on her dinner roll and said, "What in God's name makes you think that you could fashion a career in advertising?" And I think that, as much as anything else, was the motivation that said, you know what, I can do this, I'm going to get in there. And I love that about our profession. I love the fact that people who read and who think and who experience life and come to this profession with education degrees and all the liberal arts disciplines and history and engineering and science, everybody's welcome under this tent. That wasn't necessarily the case last week with the auditors, I can assure you that. And so I think that this notion that there's just such a broad spectrum of folks that choose this profession has always been something that I've loved. I was lucky enough to get hired by the Meldrum & Fewsmith Advertising Company in Cleveland, Ohio. A few weeks out of college, I started working in downtown Cleveland. I was on the Glidden paint account. Hence began a long 37-year career of selling paint. Those of us in advertising have great designs on fast cars, exotic locales, really cool products that get to market. And I got a bucket of paint. I was very disappointed. But it's worked out okay in the long run. I did join the Cleveland Advertising Club at the time, and I can remember that they ran a program. I don't know if you still run classes for younger people, but I signed up to take this particular class so I could learn about the ins and outs of the advertising profession and network and do all the things that you do as a group. And we were broken into small teams, and we were given a product, and we had to build a campaign for this particular product. And we had a bar of soap. I'll never forget our particular product. In our advertising campaign that we developed, we had to have a creative person, we had to have a media person, we had to have a traffic person, all the things that you have to do to get this stuff to come to life. And we put this wonderful program together. We had to go in and present it to the senior leadership of the organization, Tony and all those other guys that have been up here in front of you today. And honest to God, if Irish Spring didn't steal my idea later down the road. I don't know, there's a lot of different ways to market soap, but we had this person taking a bath out in a snowbank and rubbing this soap all over and feeling great. And they loved it. We won first place for this campaign. And I've always just had this fond recollection of my early days in advertising and with this group.